Bonjour, so this is the second part of communication progressive du français, niveau débutant. So if you check my channel, you can already see the first part. I already did the first lesson, which is called demander des articles. Let me go there. Okay. Demander des articles à la boulangerie-pâtisserie. So at, it's feminine. It's a feminine at, basically. So every time we have a dialogue, grammar, vocabulary, a summary, and a few exercises. Okay? So let's go to the second part, and it's called à la poste. À la poste, at the post office, and at is feminine here. À la. Bonjour monsieur, je voudrais envoyer ce paquet aux États-Unis. Aux États-Unis, s'il vous plaît. Oui, en tarif normal ou en prioritaire. En prioritaire, s'il vous plaît. D'abord, vous devez remplir cette fiche de douane. Ah oui, contenu du paquet, un livre de cuisine. Merci. Voilà, mademoiselle. So, normally when you speak, normally you can just be mademoiselle. You can say mademoiselle. It's faster and it's more popular. You can say mademoiselle, but it sounds a bit weird. Guys to know how to pronounce it, but later on, if you feel more comfortable with this word, it's better to say mademoiselle. 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 Ça fait 8,50 €. So we say 8,50 €. You're not going to say in English like 8. Well, in English, you can also say that, $8.50. It's fine. But we're not going to specify the 50 cents. Okay? So we just say 8,50 €. Il vous faut autre chose? Oui. Je voudrais aussi un carnet de timbres pour l'Europe, s'il vous plaît. Voilà, 10 timbres à. So here we have 0 point, well, we have a comma. We don't have the point in French. So comma 50. So in French, we're not going to say the 0,50 cents. No, we're going to say just 10 timbres à 50 centimes. We know that we are in France. We use euros. We're not going to use a different currency. So we say 50 centimes. That's it. We don't have to specify the currency. 50 cents. Okay? En 50 centimes. We'll see the word after. Ce sera tout? Non. Est-ce que? Not, you're not going to say est-ce que. Sounds weird. Est-ce que? Think about the word desk. Est-ce. Desk. Est-ce. Est-ce que vous avez aussi des jolis timbres? Oui, bien sûr. Voilà, nous avons des timbres qui représentent les principaux monuments de France. C'est parfait. Alors, donnez-moi 5 jolis timbres, s'il vous plaît. Voilà, au total, cela fera 16 €. 16 €, okay. So, hello sir, I'd like to send this package, it's a demonstrative, this package to the United States, please. Yes, so in America, you're going to say first class or priority mail. So first class would be like normal shipping, I guess, tarif normal, normal fee, or regular fee, or priority. So, but in America, you would say first class or priority. So, en prioritaire, priority, please. D'abord, first of all, we can just say first, because first of all in English would be, in French would be tout d'abord. T-O-U-T, tout d'abord, first of all. No, we're going to just say first. Let's be flexible with the translation, okay? So it's not, it could potentially be a perfect science, but it's not. You have to be very creative with translation. So, vous devez remplir cette fiche de douane. You must, you have to fill in these. So it's a custom form. Fiche is a form, de douane custom. Okay, so you must, you have to fill in this custom form. Ah yes, the content of the package, contenu du paquet. Un livre de cuisine. So in French we say a book of cooking, of cook, but you're not going to say that in English. So we adapt the translation to a normal English and we say a cookbook or a cooking book, a cookbook. Merci, thank you. Voilà, here we go. Mademoiselle, miss. So thank you, here we go, miss. You can use it in English. Voilà, voilà, here we go. So, ça fait 8,50 €. So, you're gonna be confused with the it is in French because it is can normally is C apostrophe EST. But depending on the context, we can change that. Okay, I'm not gonna confuse you right now, but it's ça fait 8,50 €. The most convenient translation here will be it is 8,50 €. Okay, so if you want a poor literal translation, it will be like it does, okay, or that does. It doesn't. That makes 8,50 €. Okay, 50. Sorry, 8,50 €. It makes. But we're not gonna say that. We're gonna just adapt it to a normal English, and we're gonna say it is. So that's why it's confusing because we're just like, well, but in English we don't say that. So, but it's better to say it is. Okay. So I prefer the it is, even though it's not the literal translation. Okay? It makes 8,50 €. Il vous faut autre chose. Do you need anything else? Again, we don't have a literal translation here. Il vous faut. It's like il faut. It's necessary. It is necessary for you to have something else, basically. Well, more or less a literal translation. But I prefer to say, do you need anything else? Il vous faut autre chose. It's formal here. Oui, je voudrais, we'll recognize this expression, I would like, also, I would also like, aussi, also, un carnet de timbres, a booklet of stamps, or book of stamps, okay? Un carnet is like some kind of a booklet. For Europe, for l'Europe. And again, we have, if we want a literal translation, we're going to say for the Europe. No, for Europe. Please. Voilà, here we go. 10 timbres à 50 centimes. 10 stamps. So we're going to adapt it to the English translation. That's why this dialogue is a bit complex, because when we start translating everything, we have a mess, basically. But here, 10 stamps, we're going to say, okay, so what's the value? So 10 50-cent stamps. Okay? So we have a compound noun here in English. And in French, we're going to just say, okay, so 10 timbres à. It's like 10 stamps at 50 cents. But I adapt it to an English, American English, 10 50-cent stamps. Okay? Ce sera tout. That would be all. Okay? So the guy is proposing different options here. Il vous faut autre chose. Ça sera tout. Do you need anything else? That would be all. Non. Est-ce que depends on the verb we have right after the subject. So we have. And basically we can just say, do you have? Do you also have? So it can be are you or do, but here we have do you also have pretty stamps? Est-ce que vous avez aussi des jolis timbres? Do you also have pretty stamps? Oui, bien sûr. Yes, of course. Voilà, here you go. Nous avons des timbres, we have stamps, qui représentent les principaux monuments de France. We have stamps representing, or that represent, the principal monuments of France. Okay? C'est parfait, it's perfect. So, alors, donnez-moi, give me. It's not impolite, because here we have the formal aspect. Donnez-moi. If I say donne-moi to somebody I don't know, donne-moi, that would be odd, that would be impolite. But here we are polite, we are using a formal vous. Okay? So, donnez-moi, give me 5 stamps, 5 pretty stamps. S'il vous plaît, please. Voilà, here we go. Oh, here you go, if you want. Au total, ça fera 16 €. Ça that will make 16 €. Ça fera, si c'est dit et, like we saw that here. Cela is more formal, ça is a tiny bit less formal, but it means the same. That will be 16 €. Okay, that will make 16 €, basically. Vocabulary, le tarif the fee, the rate, le prix, the price. En tarif normal, first class, normal rate. Priority, prioritaire. Un paquet, a package. Un colis, a package. It's the same, but in British you can also say a parcel. Un timbre à 50 centimes. So un timbre à 50 centimes. Un carnet de timbre equals 10 stamps, so it's a booklet of stamps. Envoyer une lettre. So it's nice to know the infinitive, but it's also nice to know how to conjugate the verbs. Okay, it's important in French. So envoyer, we're going to see that en verbs, basically we have specific endings we can use over and over again. There are irregular verbs as well, but most of the time we can expect a specific behavior. Envoyer is to send, to ship a letter. Une carte postale, to envoyer une carte postale, a postcard, to send a postcard. Recevoir une lettre is to receive a letter. L'expéditeur, le destinataire, so l'expéditeur is a sender, destinataire, the guy is going to receive it, basically. Le code postal, zip code, une fiche de douane, a custom form. Structure de la question, simple. So structure or syntax of the simple question. We have three levels here, three different styles. So we have formal, normal, and informal. Informal doesn't mean it's impolite. It's just more friendly, a tiny bit more casual. So, avez-vous des timbres? Basically, we say, do you have stamps? Verb, subject, complement. Avez-vous des timbres? Habitez-vous à Lyon? Remember, we don't pronounce the H in French. So we say, habitez-vous à Lyon? Do you live in Lyon? Verb, subject, complement. Verb, subject, complement. Normal style, est-ce que? So get used to it because we use it a lot in French. So, est-ce que? Vous avez des timbres? Vous avez des timbres. So basically, I'm just checking the verb. Okay, so do you have stamps? Do you have stamps? Do you live in Lyon? Do you have stamps? Do you live in Lyon? Est-ce que vous habitez? Vous habitez à Lyon? Means the same. Different styles, but the meaning is exactly the same. And informal, we have an affirmative sentence, but we change the intonation. Okay, so because we want a question. So, vous avez des timbres? Vous avez des timbres? It's like you have stamps. Vous habitez à Lyon? You live in Lyon? Okay, so we know the different styles in French. And now to summarize the dialogue, manière de dire, ways to say it. Je voudrais envoyer un paquet, une lettre, une carte postale. I would like to send, to ship, a package, a letter, a postcard. Je voudrais des timbres pour le Canada. I'd like stamps for Canada. Je voudrais envoyer un paquet. So, I'm having a tiny issue with my chair here. Hold on just a sec. So, we can have a verb, infinitive, or we can have a complement. We can have an object. Or, je voudrais parler, je voudrais envoyer, je voudrais des timbres, je voudrais des fleurs, etc. Est-ce que vous avez des timbres? Do you have stamps? Okay, normal style. Donnez-moi un carnet de timbres. Give me a booklet of stamps. And it's not impolite, it's a formal way. Donnez-moi. We don't say donne-moi, which is too informal. Activities, we're almost done. Vrai ou faux? True or false? Suzanne envoie une lettre aux États-Unis. Suzanne sends a letter to the United States. No, it's not a letter, it's a package. So we say c'est faux. C''est, c'est faux, it is false. Suzanne achète 10 timbres pour l'Europe. Suzanne buys 10 stamps for Europe. I think she's buying, 10 stamps for Europe, yeah. So c'est vrai. Numéro 1, numéro 2. Numéro 3, Suzanne n'aime pas les timbres. Suzanne doesn't like stamps. Well, she's buying a bunch, so we're going to say c'est faux. She doesn't like stamps, c'est faux. 4, elle achète un carnet de beaux timbres. She buys a booklet of pretty stamps. Not a booklet, but just 5. So c'est faux. She's not buying a booklet, she's buying just 5, half of it. Trouver une question possible et varier le registre. So we need a question here. So this exercise is a bit hard, so I'm going to use TextEdit. If you don't mind, I'm going to just do that. Maybe just, there we go. Let's see if it's going to be enough. Okay. So, non, je n'ai pas l'adresse du restaurant. Non, je n'ai pas l'adresse du restaurant. No, I don't have the address of the restaurant. So, we can have, avez-vous l'adresse du restaurant? We need a space between the question mark and the word, not like in English. Avez-vous l'adresse du restaurant? Est-ce que vous avez l'adresse du restaurant? Ou c'est resto in French. Hop, just do that. And informal style. Vous avez l'adresse du resto? Okay. Formal, regular, informal. Okay. So I'm gonna just use est-ce que. I'll see. I'll adapt. Oui, je travaille à la poste. Vous travaillez à la poste? Okay. Non, je préfère envoyer le paquet en tarif normal. Non, je préfère envoyer le paquet en tarif normal. Here means yes, I work at the post office, or for the post office. No, I prefer to send the package priority, first class, sorry. So I'm going to give you some. Vous voudriez, vous voulez envoyer le paquet en tarif, en prioritaire, we're going to say that. Prioritaire. It's like you do you want, or you want to send the package priority mail? Vous voulez envoyer le paquet en prioritaire? Non, je préfère envoyer le paquet en tarif normal. Oui, je reçois souvent des lettres. Reçoit means to receive. I receive. Yes, I often receive letters. Est-ce que vous recevez souvent des lettres? Est-ce que vous recevez souvent des lettres? Do you often receive letters, you see? The most important is to know how to conjugate the verb, that's it. But you can find that pretty easily. We'll get to that, if I use another book. It's Grammaire progressive du français and conjugaison aussi du progressif du français. There's a huge series of books for beginners, intermediate, and advanced, and also expert. But for the timing, just pay attention to the way we make a sentence, a question. Okay, we have 3 different styles. Oui, je connais le code postal de cette ville. Yes, I know the zip code of this city. Ville is not village. City. I heard that many times. Let's see. Connaissez-vous? Mon formant. Connaissez-vous? C'est do you know? Connaissez-vous le code postal de cette ville? Okay. Do you know the zip code of this city? And now we have an exercise I like. Is vous choisissez la bonne réponse. So choose the right answer. So we have 2 options. Vous envoyez cette lettre en tarif normal. You send this letter normal rate. En tarif normal. Don't forget this preposition. Huh? We have a lot of weird prepositions. Don't necessarily make a good translation in English. J'ai reçu un colis de Grèce. I've received a package from Greece. You're going to see de can mean many, many things. But here is from Greece. I've received a package from Greece. So, colis. J'ai reçu un colis de Grèce. Je voudrais envoyer cette lettre en Pologne. I'd like to send this letter to Poland. Okay? En Pologne, in Poland. I would like to send this later in Poland, but you know, because in English on specific prepositions right after the verb, we need to, you know, to respect the English rules if you want to translate from French to English. So I'd like to send this later to Poland. Vous devez remplir une fiche de douane, so you must fill in a custom form. Vous connaissez le code postal de ce village. Ici, here you have village. We see the same in French. You know, or do you know the zip code of this village? And if you want to ask for something, for the time being, you can say je voudrais. Je voudrais, I would like. Je voudrais 10 timbres. Je voudrais 2 timbres pour le Sénégal. Je voudrais envoyer un paquet en Allemagne. So I'd like 10 stamps, I'd like 2 stamps for the Senegal, and I'd like to send a package to Germany. So, and you need to complete the dialogue. Je voudrais envoyer ce colis en Angleterre, s'il vous plaît. Oui, monsieur. En tarif normal ou prioritaire, normal, s'il vous plaît. So, you need to listen to watch this video many times because the first dialogue was really easy. Second dialogue is less easy, really complex. And the third dialogue, we'll see in the future, parler des quantités. It's very easy, it's very small, but we have two ways of talking about the quantities in French. So, definite and indefinite. Okay? You have a nice day, and don't forget, you know, to like my video. You know, if you can contribute to something on my channel, that would be great. You know, I'm not a newbie in French. I've been posting also some different videos in different languages, but you're not gonna see a lot of new videos because I like to also keep my videos private to my students. You know, they pay for a service, so I need to keep them private. Most of them are public because my students don't have any Gmail accounts, so we had problems to, you know, to keep it private. So that's why it started like that. But I'm giving these additional videos for all you guys. You know, if you can respect, you know, my students' videos, that would be great. And but I'm giving extra things, so it's just for all of you, all the members and all the people who are willing to subscribe to this channel. You have a nice day, and I talk to you soon. Au revoir, bonne journée.